Okay, let me know when to start. Anytime.
30 seconds.
Sure. And Jack is here. Mariana.
Tell me when you want me to unmute, to unmute people, or you can do it yourself when you decide. So whenever you're ready, just I'll
Yeah, I think I'm
ring,
just
okay,
gonna get
Nadwa?
started. Yeah. It
And
says
then
three, okay. Three people
just
entered.
don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
We'll take care
Okay.
of it.
All right. Yeah, I can start now. Let me just increase my volume. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. On behalf of the EVO23 coordination team members, I would like to welcome you to week 3 of our Mod PD. We're very pleased with the level of activity and engagement thus far. Thank you very much for sharing all the work that you have engaged in as you improve your proposals, you work on your logos. It was this morning I went in and I saw very interesting logos, lots of creativity and a lot of thinking behind the logos as well, right? A lot of deep, really thinking goes into creating those logos. So thank you very much for that. I will be calling upon the week 2 moderation team to give us a wrap up. However, before we do that, we were wondering if we can hear from you about how your teamwork in the Google Doc has been progressing so far. What do you think that could be added? And you can respond to this question, give us your feedback either through the Zoom chat, or you can scan the QR code of the Padlet that we have here. I also have the link to the Padlet. Maybe I can share it in the chat so you can just click on the plus sign and give us your feedback. How are things going? How have you been finding using Google Drive and Google Docs for your collaborative work? All right, so feel free to either reply or add your own post. Does everyone have access to the, oh, well, good. People are already contributing. That's wonderful. Okay, so just a few minutes to hear from you. If you want to unmute your mics and just let us know, or if you prefer to type. We're very eager to hear your feedback. Anything in the chat, Jane or Sudashana?
People are coming in and saying hi.
Okay, good. The Padlet, by the way, will be available on the Canvas course website for the Mod PD. So as soon as the recording is ready and Nelly will kindly post the link, you will also see that the Padlet is there. For those of you who will be watching the recording and feel that they would like to contribute as well, this is a platform for you there. Okay, maybe I need to refresh to see some posts. No, not yet. People are still typing.
Mariana was asking if she could turn her camera on. Only the host can allow us. Her
Everyone can do that.
Okay.
It's enabled, both video and audio.
Mariana, would you like to try again?
Thank you so much. I could do it. Not the first
Yay.
time.
Good
Hello,
to see
everyone.
you. Good to see you,
Hello
Mariana.
again.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so let's all read the feedback we have here. And Nevis has very good positive feedback there. So Nevis is saying that they've used the Google Docs like a journal. That's interesting, where they leave info and tasks for each other. That's a nice analogy there. Thank you, Nevis. And someone added here something about collaboration. All right, so if you already have a Padlet account, your name will appear. But if you don't have a Padlet account and you wish to stay anonymous, that's fine. But if you would like us to know that this is your comment, maybe you can add your name at the end, or like sign your post at the end. That would be perfect. Jane, would you like to read some of the comments?
Yes, we have Neva's comments. We're collaborating on Google Doc and are organizing other items in Google Drive. Cheryl and I have been using Google Drive to set up folders for each project we carry out.
Nice.
We have used Google Docs like a journal. Oh, you just mentioned this one, where we leave info and tasks for each other. We couldn't do without it, as it's the best thing for diverse time zones. And we have an anonymous post here. Collaborating is always useful and so important, especially when we are thinking of sessions like EVO, which are so well attended and moderators need to be in tune. Google is a great collaborative tool, and what I like best is that we can organize information in different folders and in specific order per week. We are also using WhatsApp. Whoa, yeah.
Nice.
Which I find to be a very quick way to engage and have quick responses and feedback on activities. So I think it is a great collaborative tool as well. Best wishes, Grazia.
Yeah, so it's no longer anonymous.
Yay, thank you.
Yay. Thank you. And here we have Jyoti saying that they've started working and suggesting recommendations on the proposal. The Google Doc is a wonderful platform to hear others' perspectives and also help relook. I like that, relook at the proposal. We intend to hear more from our co-team members. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jyoti. And Harshita has a comment as well. Google Docs is a great collaborative tool, easy accessibility and navigation by all team members. Okay, so maybe one more. Seems like other people are typing their feedback. And Doris says, I love Google Docs, best way to record collaborative work. Yes, recording is a very important element there. Yeah. I think my life has changed after I started using Google Docs, because like a lot of the times with Word, you have to save and you have to copy into your USB when you teach, and it's just a huge hassle. Now Google is making our lives easier. Okay, so what do you think? A couple more minutes, or shall we go back to the presentation?
Perhaps we could go back to the presentation and come back like at the end of the presentation.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Jane. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm now going to call on the moderation team for week 2. We have Sanya, I believe, and Sue. I'm not sure if Natasha is here. She said she was not feeling well. Sanya or Sue would like to wrap up? Okay, so I'm getting a lot of notifications there from Padlet. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any members from the week 2 moderation team. Anyone from the coordination team would like to give us some quick wrap up? A lot of people have been participating actively. Anyone? No?
Yeah. We do know that there's a lot of people have been trying out their different logos, although like returning moderators, they have their logos already, but they're trying out new tools and free tools to create new ones, and they were very creative.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Jane. So yes, so just by looking at the week 2 syllabus here, a lot of engagement on the part of the participants and the coordination team members as well. Looking at the, let's see this. Oh, sorry, this is the week 1. I should be looking at week 2 and week 2 here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so lots of, again, feedback and follow-up, right, on how things are going. I also liked how one of the new sessions, I believe, is what we call now the TPT, the Trans-Languaging Pedagogies in TESOL course. They were talking, like, I liked how they listed, first of all, I apologize for the notification from Padlet, if it's in the background there. So they listed all the feedback that they got from the coordination, the EVO23 coordination team, and they explain what they're doing and like what steps they're taking in order to improve their proposals. So and a lot have been doing that. So thank you very much for that. Okay, so for before we start looking at an overview of week 3, we just thought to give you some quick reminders of the expectations. Right, as far as the Mod PD is concerned, what the expected outcomes are. So it's just a friendly reminder. It's nice to see things sort of in their totality, right? So you are expected, of course, if you can, to attend the live weekly meetings, to complete the weekly tasks, to participate. And a lot of you have received badges, so thank you and congratulations. And hopefully by the end of the Mod PD, people will have already perfected and improved and worked on their EVO proposals before the November 13th deadline. Another quick reminder, again, to see the different elements of the proposal here. So please continue to see where you want to improve, where you would like to maybe add some tools, maybe if you've received some feedback from the coordination team members, what plan are you taking in order to make these improvements? So the week 3 goes on from Sunday, October 30th, today, until Saturday, November 5th. And just a quick overview, you will have the collaborative tasks for week 3. So you will continue on with the teamwork on Google Doc. We will invite you to consider other online spaces, add content to your online spaces. And we will also today discuss certificates and badges and ask you to reflect on what you want from these kinds of badges and what criteria your participants need to meet and so on. So first, as far as the collaborative tasks, again, continuing with the Google Doc Google Doc as a platform for engagement and collaboration and so on, we have added a couple of videos to get you to utilize comments and also checklists. So there are interactive checklists that you can use on Google Docs. So comments are, yes, of course, you add comments, you respond and so on, but you can also assign tasks. So make the most of the comments feature there for your collaborative work and how it progresses, and also use some another tool, which is the interactive checklist. And this has proved to be really a good tool for prioritizing your tasks and putting your tasks all in one place. And it's usually you feel a sense of accomplishment when you check off certain items on the checklist. So feel free to watch the video and see how you can use checklists to again, like have the tasks listed, prioritized, and maybe scheduled for better collaboration and progression of your work. When you continue working on the proposal and improving it and so on, we always ask you to discuss what worked well, what still needs tweaking. So when you have worked for a certain time on certain elements in the proposal, what still needs work? What is it that you feel that you can work on? And a lot of you have already almost answered question number 3, how you're using Google Docs and how you're using Google Drive. So some people said they're using it as a kind of a journal. Others said that it's good for recording and so on. So if anything comes up and you see the benefits of using Google Drive and Google Docs, or any tips that have worked for you, how you schedule your meetings, how you somehow work together despite different time zones and so on, feel free to share that. It's going to be beneficial for everyone. Okay. The next thing we would like you to consider is online spaces for your session. So 2 things to consider. You want to consider the learning management system, the LMS, like where you're hosting your session. You could be hosting it on Moodle, you could be hosting it on Canvas or PBWorks and so on. But also you may want to look at other online spaces within that LMS. So are you using Padlet, Flip, which used to be Flipgrid, but is now Flip? Are you interacting using Slack, for example? So you want to think about all that. And since the Mod PD has started, a lot of people have been sharing some ideas. So even in your proposal, if you have already decided that you will be using that online space, maybe exploring other spaces and figuring out how to use them, and then adding them to your proposal. If you feel comfortable using those spaces, would be great as well. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to give it over to Jane to continue on with the week 3 tasks.
Okay, thank you. So for week 3, it's we're going to focus on adding content to our sessions online space. So basically, it's a 5-week session. For each week, we would like you to have clear objectives and design activities for that would fulfill your objective. And while you're designing your activities, you could also consider using other digital tools. For example, we've just mentioned like Padlet, or if you like your participants to record something in Flipgrid, they will have their videos in Flipgrid, and but have in mind to set clear objectives, but also think about how much time would you like to engage your participants in with each week. So here I'd like to share my screen, if I can, of showing you like our previous session. This is SOFLA session in 2021, and as you can see, SOFLA, this session has also used Canvas, and they've used the page function and created this home page and listing the abstracts, the session objectives, the media that they're using, and they've also considered technology tools such as Flip, Padlet, and Zoom, but also for their modules. SOFLA also introduced us Perusal, which I use for my courses as well. And so you could think about what you would like your participants to accomplish. Let me give you another example. This is a session that I had, and for week 1, for each of the tasks that or the videos that I've provided, I added like the length of the video or how much time you would need to spend on that video, sort of to give the participants a heads up at like getting them ready. Okay, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this David Marsh's video on CLIL, so that they could time their busy schedule to finish the task that we would like them to engage in. Okay, so basically we would like you to start adding content to your online spaces. So think about if you're going to use Canvas, or if you would like to use Moodle or other spaces as well. Okay, so let me stop share this. Okay, let me switch to back to our week 3 slideshow. Okay. Sorry for going through. Okay, so like I mentioned, when working on your weekly task, we recommend having specific online spaces, but not so many different spaces, but focus on one. But if you think that you would like to add a video aspect to it, then you could consider Flip. And you should also have an online space for participants to interact. So if you've chosen Canvas, so Canvas would be your main platform. Yeah, and you need to create clear instructions for your participants to join that space. Okay, so I've listed Flip, Padlet. We for some sessions last year, they've also used Discord for synchronous meetings. I remember it was Minecraft Move Queue's Discord, but also the digital game, the game-based session, or what's it called, LLP session, also used Discord. So yeah, these are things to consider in week 3. Okay. Also for week 3, we focus on certificates and badges. Okay, and this is just like a template that we created. Marta, when she was our lead coordinator, she created this template. But each year we have a EVO certificate template provided on our Canvas for you to, you could consider using this. But first of all, we need to establish criteria for verifying eligibility. For example, if we get all 5 badges, we could have a certificate for the EVO moderator PD. So earning 5 badges would, we could issue a certificate. So moderators will be responsible for sending out the certificates to participants. And in week 3's content, we also included how to automate using AutoCraft to create your certificates, and that would directly help you send out to the emails that you list in the Excel. So that's all part of week 3's content. Also, badges, and thanks to Nelly, who set up the badges for this year's Mod PD. It's very easy to set up a badge system using Badger on Canvas. And also, I think Nelly can share with us some more about setting up Badger on Moodle. She's an expert in Moodle. And we've provided video links in week 3's content to help you know how to set it up so that these badges could be issued automatically without you going over each participant's their task completion. So what to consider when using badges? You could think about whether there's certain skills that the participants acquired, or if it's a accomplishment, or if, for example, their participation, finishing all the different tasks, or I know one of the sessions is digital story. You could also issue a badge like a digital story creator. And this badge was created using Canva. Canva, it's free and it's a very useful tool. These 3 badges were all created in Canva. So you could consider creating your badges in Canva, and then upload your badges in Badger, and then issue it through Canvas or Moodle. Okay. Now, I don't know if Google has a badge automated issuing system, but we do know that Canvas and Moodle are they do support issuing badges.
Actually, Nevis is here. Nevis is an expert. Nevis, you can unmute your mic on how to issue badges through Google.
Oh, wonderful. Nevis.
Okay. Issue badges through Google.
Yes, Nevis. Through the, there's an add-on.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've forgotten then.
Sorry about that, but Nevis was my expert.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about Autocrat is one thing.
Autocrat, that's exactly
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Autocrat.
Autocrat, okay, yes. Yes, Autocrat is very good to use. It's very easy to use. It's free, or it was free. I haven't looked at it recently, but it's very, very simple to use. I've just added the link to the slides that I created step by step, how to actually add Autocrat to your documents on Google Drive, and it's really easy to use. And I used it a lot in the past, especially with courses where you have where people just have to do their own work after the webinar, for example, and they get to the end. So once they had all the criteria, the certificate just goes on its own. You don't have to worry about it. But I also used it as a during a webinar when I got people to answer some questions, and then it would automatically be sent out at the end of the Google form. So I added it to the Google form, and that was really, really nice. So people got a great like a thank you note or something like that. It doesn't have to be a certificate. It can be anything that you want to use Autocrat. The good thing about Autocrat is it answers to an email. So as long as people add their email somewhere, it goes directly out to them, and you can automate all of that, create it all beforehand, create the document in Google Drive that you want, like a thank you note, a certificate, even a badge, even issuing a badge that way through there is easy. So, and it automatically adds their name as long as they've added the correct name on the form that you get them to fill in. And that's really, really fast. I mean, it can happen while you're talking to someone or you're doing the webinar, and they fill it in and they get it before you even finish the webinar, for example. So that's really handy. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that your presentation is actually in our week 3 content, Nevis. So
Yes.
thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you then.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nevis. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I do hope that you collect all the badges that we created for our moderator PD. This is week 1, 2, 3, 4. And thanks, Nevis. You've also shared your badges that you collected on Facebook, so that it encourages us to get our own, as fast as you did. Okay, so yeah. Nagla, back to you.
Yeah, so just to wrap it up, if people have any questions, any suggestions or comments they have as we start week 3 or module 3, please add them to the Padlet. So same Padlet that we've used before. If you need the link again, so maybe let me, because I'm not sharing the screen. So
Okay,
can you click on it, please, Jane?
click on.
Okay, I'll share now. That's
Okay.
fine. Okay. Okay, I think this is module 3. Okay, so this is the presentation. All right, so here, this is the link one more time. I'll copy it in the chat for those of you who joined us after the first part of today's meeting. Okay, so and let's see, any questions, anything we can help you with?
I wanted to add a comment,
Yeah,
Nagla, if it's possible,
go ahead.
just to reassure people that what you're doing in week 3, or what we're doing basically in this mod professional development, is working on the proposals, whether new or returning. We're trying to improve them as much as we can based on recommendations and based on our own teamwork. And that's the main idea. In week 3, we're looking at, other online spaces. But as far as adding your content, you've got plenty of time. You have, Christine, can you offer the dates of, so that.
Oh, you're taxing my memory there, Nellie.
Sorry about that.
Let me see.
I believe it's until January, if I remember correct.
Yes, January 1st is the registration date for the EVO sessions 2023. But yes, so we basically have until then. But before that, your proposals will have to be ready, finalized, and submitted by November 13th or so. And then there will be there will be final acceptance sent out on the 27th of November. So that's just the proposal. But then once your proposals have been finally accepted, and we hope they all will based on the moderator development that we've been doing and you have been doing, you then have some more time to develop your course, but we'd like you to get started so that you have the opportunity to get some feedback from others and from us. So please create your online space this week and start putting in some things. You've seen some nice examples here. If you need more examples, we will give them to you. So all the recurring moderators, we should encourage them to open up their courses. And I just made a mental note. I need to open up our course on delivering best practices in online, in distance and blended courses, so that you can see how the recurring sessions have organized their online spaces. And most of them are using either Canvas or Moodle. I don't think we have any other ones going at the moment, but there could be Google Classroom, for example. But yes, you should look at the organization and you should get started thinking about how you want to organize the content. And once you have set it up for 1 week, you should then reiterate it in similar fashion for the following weeks, because what is really important in online spaces is predictability. You want to be sure that your new participants know what to expect from 1 week to the next, so that the organization remains basically the same. So you have tasks and assignments, or an overview page with links to all of the other elements that you're adding. For example, another element would be a discussion. And please don't forget to use our session here in Mod PD as an example, we're trying to model how your sessions could and should look in terms of organization.
Thank you, Nellie and Christine. So just as with the previous weeks, if you have any questions as you are working, as you are exploring tools, you may want to just add a question or a comment as well in the Q&A support form. Okay, anything else?
There was a comment by Georgia. Can you please explain? I don't know if you have already. Maybe grab the mic and explain what you mean that you can't complete week 2 because we'd like to help.
Hi there.
Hi.
It's not something important, and please don't laugh at me. Anyway, the logo has already been created by Heike because it has been building on it from the previous, years. So I was wondering, am I allowed, to post this logo, or should I create something new on my own, just, for me? So that's why I let it go for the time being, and I really don't know what to do.
Georgia, for one thing, in order to get a badge, you need to mark the task as completed, mark it as done, even if you haven't created a logo, but even if your session already has one. I think it's a really good idea, or it would be a really good idea for you to play around with one and post it as an alternative, because those tools are really useful, especially if you use Canva. You get some familiarity with the tool. And I think that's what a lot of this is about, so that you don't just rely on the lead moderator doing everything, but you become familiar with the tools and, can then use them yourself in some other way, shape, or form. There will always be opportunities to use things like that.
Okay, this is what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Exactly. I'm in the same session, Georgia. And this is, just play with the logo, practice, do something. Maybe you can create something really nice that you can present to the group, and maybe they like it. Okay, so just go for it.
Yeah, you can see here, like on the forum, people are experimenting with different logo makers, and they're being very creative. So you can just follow suit, Georgia.
Yeah, you can just post them in the discussion forum. There is nothing lost there. So, but
okay, thank you. But it feels a bit, intimidating at the beginning, because I'm a newcomer, so I don't know how much I'm allowed to post things that are already known to the team, but we haven't decided to, although it's a recurring session, so mostly you know about this. But anyway, still, I feel a bit, reserved in doing things. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Georgia, because we had been wondering behind the scenes, about that very same issue, that the lead moderators have already posted some things, and, how much can and should the co-moderator say, but you are a team, okay, and you are learning. All of you are learning. All of us are learning. I'm still learning Canva. I know some of it, but there is still so much more to learn. So keep playing with it and just post it as, this is your little sandbox. You played with it. This is what you came up with. You don't have to say this is what needs to be used. Okay.
This is where you get the tools that then later you're going to use when we are having the sessions with the participants. Okay, so feel free to enjoy and learn and participate and post whatever you produce or you want to share. Okay, so
thank you, Doris. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I like Mod PD so much. I learned a lot of new platforms through the Mod PD. Believe it or not, I learned Canvas because of my participation in EVO. Yeah, and I learned how to use badges, issue badges, and create badges in Canva. I learned how to use Perusal because of last year's session. So I learned a lot of different tools through participation in the Mod PDs. And I like, that's what I like about being involved in EVO.
Yeah, I agree. And I would like to give credit to you, Jane, as well as Vicky, for introducing me to Genially. Now I'm doing wonders with Genially, and Christine knows.
Yes, and it's really fun. So, keep experimenting. That's what it's all about, because, there will be a time, and I firmly believe that because it's been true in my life, there will be a time that you can employ these skills and these things that you have experimented with.
Yeah.
There's a comment there by Mary. You've got it open, Nagla, I guess for a reason. And she mentions here that she had to pay for Canva. So I'd like to invite everyone on the left. Maybe you can show that, Nagla. On the left, I've added Canva to Canvas. You can do that. And I happen to have an educator account. I've had it for actually a couple of years. And I invite people. You're invited. Just click on it, join me. It doesn't cost me, and it's not going to cost you. And you can do as much as you want. You can create your own. It doesn't involve me or the team, or we can collaborate. That's up to you. But you have a right to use it as a pro. And I think that's important. So feel free to, you don't have to pay, not even for a 30-day trial. I'm surprised. I didn't see this before about Mary. And Mary's not here today, but maybe she'll hear the recording.
Yes, Nelly, thank you for that, because I use it with my students, and I do a lot of things, not only for my students, but for the community of Venezuelans in Jujuy. So I use it for everything. Thanks so much.
I'm glad. That's what it's for. If one of us has something for free, why not share it with others? Same with Storyboard That. Whatever I get, I used to have Padlet, by the way, as an organization for free for about 2 years, until they decided this can't be. I mean, nobody's getting this for free. Why is she getting it for free? So they stopped it. But so far, with Canva, it's been a couple of years. So I don't think they'll decide to take my rights away from me.
I also want to mention 2 tools that I just recently, or apps, I would say, on Canvas that I just recently integrated, Flip and Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle doesn't show here, but Flip does. And at first I thought that integrating those apps is going to be very challenging, and it turns out it's pretty straightforward. You go to your own Flip account or to your own Edpuzzle account, and then integrate the Canvas course that you're using into that account. So it's pretty straightforward as well.
Same with Badger. Thank you, Nagla. Same with Badger. It's really easy to connect. And I think that's one of the great things about Canvas, that you can integrate other applications, as they call them, for free.
Yeah, I did want to mention one other thing here, based on what you and Nagla said, Nelly. When you integrate, if somebody on your team knows something, how to do something, and it doesn't have to be the lead moderator. In our case, for example, I'm the lead, but I posted something on how to integrate because I did figure it out. But if somebody else has a skill or knowledge or a tool that they know about, collaborate, because the leads don't know it all. So please take that myth away and give yourself some credit and have some confidence. You all have things to contribute. So please contribute to your teams.
Yeah, well
and
said,
to the rest
Christine.
of us.
Thank you. Yeah,
Not only
sure.
to your teams, to all of us.
Yes.
We're happy to learn from you.
Okay. Yeah.
Nevas was asking Nelly if
I
we
saw
can
that.
integrate.
I'm going to check. I know that Edpuzzle, I have added Edpuzzle. Badger is integrated into the Moodle. I've got other things, the Nodo. I mean, there are a lot of things integrated. But yeah, I'll check that.
And just a quick sort of suggestion for returning sessions. If you have a list of online tools, you'll notice that sometimes the tools either cease to exist or they change their names, like Flipgrid to Flip and so on. So just revisit those tools and the links and all that as part of your proposal development.
Yeah, well said, Nagla. There's one more suggestion, and I posted it in the chat. A lot of the tools now that used to be free have now gone for pay, but they have left for teachers or for educators or for education free version. So for example, Canvas is used all over the United States and I don't know where else, in many other places for sure. And it's, you have to pay for it. You know, the institutions pay for it. However, there is a Canvas free for teachers version, and that is the one that we're using. So when you create your own session on Canvas, you need to use the Canvas free for teachers version. So if you just go into Google and type in Canvas, it will come up with the one that has a demo, and it's only for 30 days and you have to pay. So please be sure to do Canvas free for teachers.
Okay, any other thoughts, comments, reflections? Okay, so please continue to post your reflections here. Those of you who will be hopefully listening to the recording, watching the recording, we have added, let me go to our week 3 module. So you will find in week 3, you will find a page where the recording will be added, but the Padlet also has been embedded there. So feel free to add any comments and feedback here as well. Okay, I think that's it. Unless something else in the chat. Jane?
Manjusha was asking if we could share the list of free tools.
Okay, that's a good question. I think we have that in week 3. Let's just go to module. So this is your path. Go to module and then go to week 3, and you will find other online spaces for your session. So here you have a list. Feel free, and I'm sure there will be other tools and spaces suggested by the participants, and maybe we can also add them to the list later on. Okay, Manjusha?
Yes.
All right.
I guess that's it. Thank you all for your participation today.
Turn off your camera if you can, so we can take a final picture.
Nice.
Yay. Doris, are you going to take the picture for us?
Oh, I see Mary's here. Great.
I'm having trouble, so
all
you
right,
take
so
it.
I spoke to you.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's happening. It's because we had 2 pages, so some of you will be in one, so we're going to do it twice. Okay, so say cheese or something.
Cheese.
Or ready for week 3.
Okay.
Yay.
Yes. Okay, one more. Let me get it here. Okay, one more time. Second page, so everybody's in, and we say again, cheese again. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready.
Thank you all so much.